Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I wanted to comment on the whole Beau Demayo drama, and I did a video before, but I'm not sure if I really was subtle enough in some of the things I said, because it's the whole thing's a bit litigious, and okay, I'm a nobody, but you never know. I don't want to get in trouble. So basically, this guy who's a comic book artist or writer, who's working on a comic book series, like TV series based on comic books, not an actual comic. Based on the 90s X-Men. So it's called X-Men 97. Apparently the fans all loved it. It was really popular and everyone was praising him for it. And then he got fired from the production and dropped from the second season, and apparently also had his credits taken off the second season, apparently, allegedly, supposedly. And he was reacting to this on social media. Now, the rumour was he'd been fired for sexual misconduct, but I didn't see any proof of that. There are no statements seem to be made. It seemed to be they left things and decided they weren't talking about it. And it wasn't until he started tweeting about the show, because he's a fan, he was involved, he wrote it, and it's doing really well, and he just wants to share stuff with people. Like someone sent him a picture of himself as like a very hot Triclops or whatever in like a little Speedo superhero outfit. And apparently this was a problem. Apparently, supposedly allegedly, and now whatever company who was involved, I don't know if it was Disney, don't know who was making that. I guess if it's the X-Men, 20th Century Fox owned the X-Men, and then Disney bought them, so I guess it's Disney Marvel that's doing the series. But yeah, there were rumours that he sent inappropriate pictures and was inappropriate with people that worked with him or beneath him, other men, because he's a proud gay black man. Apparently this is very threatening and intimidating and disturbing to some straight males and white males, and that's what I immediately assumed this was, and I believed this was, and I feel like I've been vindicated, because recently the rumours weren't really enough for people. They wanted a real statement, and there was a bit of a statement made on behalf of the show that I won't go into, but then there was a statement, I think, from his lawyers, who basically said that none of the people who accused him of anything were sent photos, and he didn't send inappropriate photos to anyone who he had like agency over or control over or worked under him or for him or whatever. So for me, it just seems like your standard sort of homophobic reaction, where someone who is either intimidated or upset or disturbed by him and can't handle the fact that he's a proud black man who's sexual, and has an OnlyFans account, and isn't afraid of his sexuality, expressing his sexuality, and is proud. If this really disturbed them because of their homophobia, or bothered them because they're a bigot or something, and they reported him, and it seems to me, in my humble opinion, that it's not a matter of him actually doing anything. It's a matter of just people reacting to him, because for these people, these homophobic people, these bigoted people, just being gay is enough. Just being a strong, proud, sexually active gay man is enough to threaten them, or they think is wrong or offensive. And these people will use these beliefs to accuse people who are innocent of being something they're not, or doing something they haven't. So that's what I felt it was. And from the denial that came from his people, it sounds like he didn't do anything that's being rumoured. But again, it hasn't been, hasn't gone through court. I have no, knowledge of this other than what I've seen online and that, and I haven't done any great research into it or anything. But just my instincts when I saw it was like, oh, they just can't handle this guy. They've reacted, they've gotten upset, and because people, in my opinion, always cater to the homophobes and, the scared people, people screaming "my freedom," the ones who scream loudest, the squeaky wheel. Often what happens is the people they're attacking end up being, victimised and vilified when they haven't done anything. And it's just these either bad faith actors trying to make someone look bad, or try and hurt someone's career, or try and damage someone's reputation. They just seem to get away with it. They just seem to be catered to, believed, and it just, and sometimes people actually use this to actually, and use people's sexuality, in that against them because they know there are people who are bigoted and will discriminate and will believe what they say about them because they believe there's something inherently wrong with them because of their sexuality and their identity. So that's what it feels like for me. People were either jealous of him or wanted his position or something like this, and they've just used his open sexuality to vilify him and shut him down and get him fired, and then get to the point where he can't even talk about the show that he wrote without having issues with Disney or whoever it was. So that's what I feel happened. That's what I believe. That's what I thought as soon as I saw this story, and now I feel like I've been vindicated. And I just wanted to comment on it for a minute, and I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the situation. Again, I don't have any knowledge of it. I'm not saying anything about anyone's accusations or anything, but I'm just saying how I felt and what I've heard and how that supports how I felt and how I think this went.